And we're back. We just finished Tomb Raider 2 Remastered. And I had to take a little break, so I interrupted the stream altogether. And now we're back. Trying to make some progress with the art thing, which has been kind of difficult for a while. I'm trying to check if the audio is working, if everything's working. Alright. Please do let me know. As I pinned the message, we've been experiencing some technical difficulties. Please let me know if the video is frozen or the audio is muted. Thank you and pardon the inconvenience. It rarely happens, but it happened exactly last Wednesday and I lost an entire hour of stream. Because freaking OBS decided to freeze up, which it never does. So I started working on this character last week. Again, it's one of the quick ones. It's just like the star-nosed mole and whatever else I've done recently. The kind of quick characters that should appear for a very short time on the screen. What am I looking at? Oh, nope. What even is this? Oh, the table. Are you gonna make me just go to the freaking mall? This is what the mall ended up looking like. I was happy with the hands, but you cannot really see them in the turntable animation that I did. This was so hard to do and it doesn't really show. Anyway. No. Wait, I came here to steal the crystals from him. Even if I'm probably gonna have to... How many are those? 5? Probably gonna have to rearrange them anyway, but... Can we... Oh god, these freaking crystals are always so... I've done such a terrible work with the crystals, so I should have re-meshed them or... done something to them, but... Is that any better? I don't think so. Just for the sake of... What the hell is polygroups? I cannot see anything. That's it. That's all I wanted. Okay, now it should be easier. To just deal with this. Okay, I wasn't sure, and it wasn't really in my plans to do like an art part of the stream today, but I'm glad I'm doing it. I finished the game pretty quickly, relatively, and I had like 2 extra hours, and I don't want to start 3 or maybe one of the expansions. 3 I certainly don't want to start right now, but I don't want to start any of the expansions like immediately either. So I guess I had to go for the art thing. Why is that inflating? What am I doing wrong? Again, this is another sort of quick character for the montage. It's not gonna have any lines or anything. So that's why the goal was to sort of do it quickly. But I don't want to make the same mistake that I made with other similar characters that were also made for in the same way and with the same thing in mind. I don't want to rush it, but I don't necessarily know how to finish it either. There's so much detailing and so much painting and texturing that I can do, but that I should do, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. I don't know what the actual eyes should be like, or if that's a correct placement. I had some reference that I'm not looking at right now. Freaking keyboard is broken. It's still so freaking hot. We were so looking forward to the end of February so the heat would go away, and it's still very hot. I drank all my water and I didn't bring any more. Anyway, let's look at some actual some actual reference. I don't know if I've done this too sharp, too pointy. That's kind of what I thought of doing to make it a little bit more stylized. But I think it looks better and more toad-like if it's not that pointy. I hate that I haven't really been watching. I'm only yesterday, or I guess, well, maybe Monday night I started eating like real food again. I've been really sick since last week. I haven't been in bed a lot because my stomach ache and especially my kidney ache, my kidney pain would for some reason it transfers to my back so much. Well, it is very much of its own brand of back pain, but at some point I was in so much pain that I just would just stay in bed most of the day. Lucky I'm better now, but I was still eating sort of very safe food. I never changed the tags, I always forget about the tags. Oh well, the tags are art tags anyway. I thought I had like full Tomb Raider tags. A bit sunken in here. I feel like it should be more. I think like even the art streams look better now that I have improved on I've raised the bitrate a little bit. Yep. I'm seeing I guess those guys are more toad-like. I'm seeing some guys that have like the little hands sort of bent inwards more than this thing that I've done here. I don't know if I should try rotating them. More like this. If I rotate them, I'm gonna deform the entire thing. Could try it. No. I don't know if this is better at all. Certainly it got like too thin in there. I'm gonna have to compensate. I don't want to inflate the actual leg too much. Here I've created a weird kind of tension as well. Torsion. I don't know if it's gonna be any better, but I had to try it. Because I'm seeing that a lot, and I don't know if this is too round, like too muscular or something. I don't know if that's better, or what I had before, like that. Maybe I could do what I always do, I duplicate and go back. Just in case I want to go back to that. I want to lose them completely. It's so weird how it's only Wednesday and it already kind of feels like the week is over. And of course it's not, but I don't know, it feels like there's like no middle term, the week is only there. And whoop, he's gone. Without even a warning. I don't even know where the last week went, but well, yeah, I was feeling like shit and in bed so much of it that no wonder it feels like wasted and gone before I could even notice. I don't know if I should give it crystals too. Probably I should, because I do that with pretty much every character. No, not crystals, actual gems. Oh. Why have I've never saved the actual stroke version of the actual curve version of 2.5. Okay. It's probably too big. This is probably too small. Something like that. I don't know if that's what it should be. Why is the... oh. Okay, well, anyway. Why isn't this sticking to... okay, let's do that and split. Masked. This well. I'm probably gonna have to adjust them anyway when I make some. Let's auto polygroup this so they're not all the same shape. Where's it? Polygroups. And is freaking symmetry on? Yeah, it's always been. It's a miracle. But yeah, I did the stroke thing with symmetry. Oh, but the masking is not. Oh, okay. Yeah, I get it. Okay, let's this not display, it's the form, mirror, and weld. Are these aligned? Sometimes I don't enjoy spending so much time making some little adjustments, and then very little time doing what should be much heavier detailing. I don't even freaking know. What? No. A bit bigger. A bit deeper. They look very uneven, but well, I'm gonna do stuff on the skin anyway, so I'm gonna have to readjust them later. This is not how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do some kind of thing like this. I believe. I don't know if I should. Oof. I should do some kind of indentation here where the crystals sprout from. Should be more of a hexagon. I always make it a bit too round. I don't know if it should be an intensity thing. I hate to feel like I'm doing things like an autopilot, but lately I've been so overwhelmed by so many things. I feel like autopilot is all that I could do. Is it weird? Is it? Yeah, it is weird, but is it creepy that it looks like it kind of looks like their own power crystals are sort of hurting their skins and their thing. Oh, I did the snail. The snail I liked. I think it's the only good one that I've done in a while. The star-nosed mole wasn't all that convincing. I should turn off perspective. That should help me. I hate to do things like shuffling my feet around them, being completely numb. But I'm like so overwhelmed these days by so many things. Even the fun things aren't fun anymore. I feel like I'm only ruining everything and burning bridges. Probably nobody gives that much of a shit, but I feel like I'm ruining everything. Just because I'm not very present in the moment. And I'm being very oblivious. And I am not taking care of a lot of things. Like relationships, friendships. Even acquaintances that are more part of my everyday life than anyone else. I feel like I haven't been investing much in those relationships in a while. Because I'm just so burnt out by everything else. I should have adjust these a little bit. It's really sad because if it doesn't take a lot to just drift away completely for someone or something, it's really easy and it happens all the time. That's what I've been trying to do. I haven't been trying to do anything, but I've been sort of more or less naturally prioritizing some things over others, and that's already bad. That's precisely what it feels like to people. Like I've been prioritizing other things and not them, but I've been prioritizing the few things that I really can't deal with right now, and the few things that kind of recharge my batteries, as opposed to the things that drain it out. I don't know what to do with the eyes. I don't know if I should keep it like actual proper eyelids. I really don't know what to do with the nostrils. If I should do something really big like this. Is that too friggin' much? I keep thinking about the future of this stream. Because I'm so kind of burnt out and whatever. I don't want to be a paranoid, but sometimes I feel like I'm like blacklisted or something. Because it's weird how I was having some kind of slow but sort of steady growth. And I always had some viewers, and I had just begun to have always some viewers or something, and it just went away completely. This is worse than when I began right now. I feel like I didn't have like absolute zero, even at the beginning, the way I do now. So it's like, no wonder, and kind of unavoidable for me to get a little paranoid. Those are huge. I'm so tired of everything, and I'm not even doing much about anything. I'm very easily overwhelmed. Or, I don't know, very easily. I'm overwhelmed by things that people can't deal with. I kinda... I don't know if it's executive dysfunction as part of... This is sort of a symptom of something else. What the fuck it is? That is way too intense. Is the stream working? I can't even check. Testing. There I am. I don't even know what the problem is. The other day I had a lot of problems with Tomb Raider 2. The stream went down all the way. At least once. And I checked the VOD and it was fine. And Defi was watching and saw that it went down. But the VOD for some reason was fine, and I'm like, what the hell? Is Twitch receiving everything correctly, but it's not rebroadcasting it back? What the hell is happening? When I look at the VOD after transferring it to YouTube, it's right there, nothing happened. It did get choppy at some point, but it didn't go like down all the way or anything. That actually did happen while we were here on the actual stream. I don't know what time it is. I guess I have only one more hour today. I played Tomb Raider 2 for the first 2 hours. And finished it. And then I thought of coming back here for this. Some toads have like a weird thing here that's like... I don't know what the hell it is. They have this whole thing in there. I don't know what the fuck it is. I don't know if I should give this guy that. Is that a frog thing, a toad thing? What exactly is the difference? don't know if I should do that. It gives it some definition. I don't think that's better. I kind of want to do something here, something like that feature that I'm trying to do. I'm looking at some references, I'm looking at OBS, I'm looking at freaking Discord, I'm all over the place. Okay, I really didn't want to do like an art stream today. Well, here we are. This is way too big and it's deforming everything, but I want to see if there's like a point to giving it that kind of feature. I thought of doing like a salamander, but I feel like a toad frog is such an ordinary animal. That's kind of a point, as I said before. This world has these magical creatures and everything. They're giant and they have crystals growing out of them. But they are fairly ordinary animals. There are not unicorns, dragons, anything that doesn't really exist in this world. They're kind of commonplace. And it's kind of a point. There goes the one that's an oddball out. Odd one out. Oddball. Leave it to me to mix up the idioms and combine them in a weird way that is not how they are. I keep thinking that maybe I should take a break, but again, it's so hard, and it's so hard coming back after a break. So hard to resume. Like, what exactly decides how long should it be, what should I do in between? What I should do in between is making the right renders so I can rig them and make some little animated shots and maybe put them together as a little sort of teaser trailer for this. That would be a really productive thing to do in a downtime. Because again, it's kind of like the sort of thing that I feel like I could do on stream, but it's a big weird downtime if I do like actual rendering on stream. This is not necessarily rendering that would take a long time, but could be a lot of dead time for the stream between one thing and another. I had given this guy a name and I already forgot what it was. I called my file here just Dodo. I gave it a name for the VOD of the first session with him. At least I put it in the thumbnail. And I don't remember what it was. Is this like flat enough? Backlights are kind of in a weird position right now in terms of maybe more like that. What the hell did I call it? Lorcan. I've been looking for Irish names. I don't know why. Don't ask me. And anyway, it's not even a really named character or a character with an actual dialogue. Ergo, it's not gonna call him by his name. But I had to, especially for YouTube, since it's sort of its own thing. I thought of giving it like a name. It's going to appear briefly in a montage. I keep saying it, along with the snail character, the star-shaped mall. Thank you, Streamlabs. How much longer do I have? Okay, I have a little bit over 30 minutes. For today's stream, which has been more productive than I had expected. I came back to the art thingy, which I had neglected a little bit for a lot of reasons, and finished the whole Dragon Saga with Lara Croft and Tomb Raider 2. The freaking Dagger of Xian. Is that how you're supposed to pronounce Xian? Xian. The Chinese province. How do I not know after like 30 years of playing 2? Well, they don't ever say it, I think. They don't address the... They don't call the dagger by its name in like any cutscene or anything, do they? This is very weird again, between the cartoony thing, kind of quasi-realistic but mostly cartoony thing. It's kind of hard to find a balance. It's kind of hard to make these guys characters as opposed to plain animals. Is anyone that I know streaming? I haven't even checked. I feel so dreadful, and that's probably why nobody comes to see me, because I haven't been watching anyone. Charlie's streaming, Grumbly's streaming. Well, of course, I don't expect big time streamers to come see me. Nathan is streaming with a lot of viewers. Sweet Tea is streaming with fewer viewers. I haven't checked her out in a while. Smoke I haven't seen in a long time. The Big Fat apparently was on vacation, so also, well, there's him. Should I do this in 3? I don't like necessarily making that sharper, but if it's too soft, it looks unfinished. And I already make my shit look unfinished enough as it is. One of the few things that I've done lately that I'm really happy with is the shell of the snail. I feel like I did a great job with the sculpt itself and with the poly paint that I did. Everything else that I've done I'm not super happy with. Even the body of the snail itself. I've been meaning to make some kind of edit, some kind of showcase, some kind of little reel again with the characters that I already have, something to have to show, something to use here maybe for the BRB screens and for stuff like that. But God, I haven't been doing any of that. I haven't been doing any sort of homework for the stream. I used to tease Phil Jameson for not being ready sometimes and not even checking if the game he was going to play needed to be updated or anything, and only finding out on that last minute on the actual stream. I used to tease him for that, but I so get it. When you're off, and you don't necessarily focus on all that. Poor fella, sometimes I give him so much shit, like, in a friendly way, but I feel like I do irritate him. I always have. Sooner or later he's like fucking sick of me. And starts just ignoring me. Which, it's very noticeable because when he does pay attention to me, he really pays like too much attention to me. It's like I exhaust that attention. And just drops it. I'm not complaining, he's the best, the absolute best. I'm just reflecting on how I'm busting his balls sometimes. Please. Da da da. This guy has potential to look good. If he looks good enough, I might give him the whole scene, because there's some dialogue that I need to have with someone, and the characters that already have dialogues already have like a lot going on. I don't know if this is way too freaking muscular, way too freaking round here. It's the Toad version of Shane Top. I love that guy, but he's way too small by now. I feel like he should have stopped at some point. And now that he's bulking up, a lot of people are calling him fat, which is insane, but I guess, yeah, he's getting like too much volume. And the fact that he's short doesn't help. The things I'm rambling about. How did I got here? Oh, because this guy reminded me of shit. For being too small. Ah, my fucking knee's killing me. I'd rather be watching Charlie right now. release. Certainly feels well. It's Wednesday. Oh my knee! I should turn the chair and stretch my leg in that direction. Is the stream still going? This is going to end up being like a too short for an art stream. That's why I never make like 1 hour, hour and a half hours. Because they don't really, it takes me a long time to, for God's sake, I never opened Edge. I probably clicked something on the bar. Close that freaking thing, I don't care about your stupid news. Anywho, I keep saying it, and I don't do it, but I don't do it also because if it does require some preparation, some extra homework that I should do off stream, and I don't do it. But I should do a couple of things Ergol related that aren't sculpting. I should do backgrounds, I should do music, I should do my own alphabet that I said I would do. I should do maps, I should do the actual pages of the spell books. I should do props, I should do more props. There's so much that I should do, but I'm like kinda stuck on these characters that I'm not happy with, and I made them all look like shit, and I made the whatever other thing that I did. And I'm afraid of doing Astrid because I don't know which way to go with her. And I don't know if I should do Agatha and Astaroth, and I should also do the freaking stag, the freaking deer character that I'm very afraid of. Because he should look beautiful and majestic, and I'm probably gonna make it look like shit. So I keep delaying everything just because of a few things, or the many things that I'm afraid of, but I could be doing some smaller things that really need to be done, and that I'm not doing right now. I thought of another joke to do with this character. I came up with a gag to do with the snail character, because I wanted to add some humor to the montage. And I basically made the snail for that gag. I also thought of another one with this guy, and I don't know if it would be too stupid or too much. I want for Urkel to have like some humor in it, but it's obviously not. It's not comedy. I don't even know what it is. I guess it is supposed to be a fantasy epic. Epic sounds like too much, but guess it is the genre. The one thing that I'm the happiest, that I'm actually happy about, is that I'm still enthused about it, even when I'm demotivated and even when I'm like, but I really want to make Ergol happen. I'm not over it, and I very easily get like over my own shit, like completely over. Back in the early 2000s, I had this project called Eroticus, as errant. Sounds like eroticus. And I really wanted to make it. I was going to make it in a very kind of primitive animation. I even submitted the screenplay as my final for screenwriting 2 in school, in film school. But the fact that I rushed it completely, because if I didn't have a proper screenplay by then, I only wanted to I only wanted for that to be the thing that I was going to submit, and for that to be my thing. And it was so not ready. I rushed it. It was really stupid. It was really bad. The teachers didn't really like it, didn't really care for it, didn't really get it. I kind of embarrassed myself in more way than one, as I do, because I wrote like a note. I'm so stupid because I'm probably absolutely am in the spectrum. I just don't know how to navigate most things. And I wrapped up the thing like inviting them to join me in my journey with this project and whatever, and it sounded self-important and sounded like I was somehow doing them a favor by inviting them. It was so not my intent, but of course everything that I try to say goes to shit, reads like something else. It's a bad idea to begin with. I put it in a weird way. So it was so bad, everything about it was so bad, that I ended up losing interest in the project altogether. It was probably not meant to be back then, because I couldn't really have done the level of animation that it would have required. But the whole experience was so disappointing that now that I'm trying to revive my storytelling side and I'm trying to figure out how I can make some animated thingy to tell my stories. I'm re-evaluating, perhaps bringing back Erraticus. This was something that I was also very passionate about back in the moment. But again, it went so wrong in that sense, and it also, I felt like it had mutated into something that is not exactly what I wanted to tell, what I wanted to say, what I wanted to. And I realized also that it had like, it was very different. It was probably silent. It was going to have silent in terms of it wasn't going to have dialogue or voice acting. It wasn't going to be completely mute, but the idea was for it to be purely visual, which is insane because the visuals that I could have done back then would not have been great. But again, it was very much about this guy that had lived sort of sheltered in. He was literally the son of God, of the god of this world, and suddenly discovered that he himself isn't that special. That his father is kind of corrupt in a way. He has not earned his place, he just tried to secure it and keeps himself in the highest position in this universe. But it's not like a place he deserves or earned or anything. He doesn't give a damn about the rest of creation. And it doesn't sound like it, but well, it's so much about the self-discovery and sort of going and finding himself of this guy, leaving his shiny temple in a kind of Mount Olympus. Not really. And at some point I realized that it was a little bit too much like the Prince of Egypt. which I was obsessed with back then. So that also kind of turned me off. The fact that it was really, in a way, sort of derivative of that. Or I don't even know. So between all of those things I shelved it, and it was something very dear to me. It was my son. That would have been my Ergol of the 20 years ago. It was really sad for me to lose that, but I lost it. It just went away from my interest and from my, just waned. Not instantly, not immediately, not easily, but it did. So I was afraid something like that could happen to the Ergol. But I'm still very excited about Ergol, even when I am demotivated. I'm not finding the right pace for this. I was going, I had something going on, I felt like, when I began streaming. And that something seems to have run out. Oh, there goes my screen. Was it just a splitter? I don't trust OBS anymore. Testing, testing. Testing. Freaking mother Satan, there I am. I think it is working. I was precisely working on this guy, and I was blocking out the basic shape, so it's when I make the most progress. The first kind of stream with him, and an entire hour of that was lost, and I hated it so much. What was I even talking about? Erraticus. Again, really would have been, that would have been my, I wish I had done it. It would have been like shit probably, but it would have been like something that I already have like under my belt, like this one thing that I made all those years ago. And now I find myself here 20 years later. 20? Shit, I guess. Trying to get something done, trying to get something started from nothing. And Nurgle is not brilliant by any means. Again, it's like a... I pretty much recycled the story that I wanted to tell as part of the vampire AEmilius story. it was kind of a story inside of another story, and I figured I'm probably never gonna tell the Vampire Milius story like in depth enough to tell it like with something as specific as a story inside another. I'm barely, God knows if I'm gonna be able to tell anything at all. So I thought I could use that same sort of conflict from that one thing, but I redressed it completely. The original would have been about some kind of king that leaves his kingdom, lives the much better life that he was leading as a rular, or this kind of fantasy. At some point it was like a fountain of youth, and then it was something more love oriented like the actual lyrical thing is now. And but the result was basically the same again. Probably if I changed some elements I could still tell that story. But I just took those elements and brought them into Urkel. And originally Urkel was going to be some kind of goblin teaming up with a fairy to make this sort of spell. And then I made Urkel a lot more interesting by making him some kind of Frankenstein's monster of a guy. He's not, which again it's a little bit Pinocchio, but he's not really looking for trying to transform into anything. He's not, there is no real boy metaphor here, but he's this kind of thing that even when he's appreciated and everything, he's still kind of an outsider. He's still kind of a third-class citizen. Which he has also sort of, as often happens with discrimination, he has also sort of internalized. And he sees himself the way these other people see him. He doesn't really see his potential. And he has a reason to not see it too, because he's not only feels different, he effectively is. That is way too intense. He's at odds with magic, so he doesn't think he could have the magic dependent role in his society that he might be expected to have. He feels like he lost his master to magic. Even when he was made by that magic. There was some kind of battle in this world, and both his master and Astrid's mother died in it. So he feels magic is not for him. He prefers doing things with his hands. He has probably made his own furniture for his house. Also because Astaroth's tower was destroyed, so he probably has very little left on there. And he knows that, or well, he's sort of expected to rebuild it or something. He doesn't really know if it's up to him, because he doesn't really feel like he's the actual successor of Astaroth. I don't know why I'm frightened. Is that better? Is Urkel a self-insert? Probably in a lot of levels. A lot of the characters that I write are very me. Especially any characters that have any kind of substance, I guess, because obviously you have to write characters around your protagonists, that you write them according to your needs, or the story's needs. This is so fucking ambitious. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I would love to make it happen. I still give a damn, I still care, I still want to see it happen. I wish it got some views, I wish it worked. People are probably gonna think the animation is bad, which will be. The story is stupid, which probably, yeah. I don't want for children to see it, and I'm probably going to set it not for children on YouTube, but since it's animated fantasy, it's gonna feel infantile to a lot of people. And if actual kids saw it, they're gonna think it's boring because there's like no action or no. It's like the actual big story is only going to be the backdrop, and this is like a small story set against that backdrop. I've described it before as a little story in a big world, which I suppose could be said about everything. Isn't everything set in a much bigger world? But my point is that this story is going to reference things that happened somewhat recently in this world that were much bigger events. And probably people are gonna feel like I should be telling that story and not this one. Which is very valid. And yeah, that is a bigger story, definitely. But what I wanted to tell is this one. Probably the problem is that it grew too much. Okay, I guess that's all the time that I have for today. I should be back on Friday, I don't know with what. I might go back to unfinished business. I might, now that I finished 2, I might go into its expansion and do the Golden Mask immediately. Anything but 3. Absolutely, I have hiccup now. 3 I don't want to do right now. It's my least favorite. It's pretty hard. And I played it like nothing ago. I played the original, this is a remaster obviously, but it looks better at all, but it plays the same, it feels the same. It is very much just the same game. And that's the way they've made the remasters, and it's remarkable that they have. But right now I feel like it wouldn't contribute much to me as the escapism that I want gaming to be, or to stream at all, because again, I feel like I just played it. So I'm probably not gonna play 3 immediately, but that's the good thing, that there are all the expansions. There's Unfinished Business, the Golden Mask, and the Lost Artifact, and there's all those to play before. So probably I would be playing one of those. Let's make a screen capture of this. Where the hell is it? Oh, here. Screenshot. And let's save here to this one. Just as a JPEG. Perspective is on? Yeah. There's something about this angle that I don't like. I feel like it should either come forward more or the opposite. I don't freaking know. Can we make a skin shade one? Just one last render for today. To export here to screen grab over on freaking OBS. So that's in my progress folder. I should have been posting this elsewhere. I've only been posting it to a private thing on Facebook. What the fuck is the point for that? With Oracle I think I posted in a lot of places. I posted some thing in DeviantArt. I posted something in even my Tumblr. I feel like all my socials are so dead that I've only been posting the actual finished sort of thingies. Like when I finish a character and do like a turntable, I've been posting that to Instagram and whatnot. But everything else, every little progress things feels spammy. I always feel guilty about using my own social media. I feel like I'm spamming and bothering the few people that give a shit or that actually follows me. And if they give a shit, they probably wouldn't feel spammed, but I don't know, I feel like I'm spamming. I can't help it. Anyway, I'm feeling like this guy, I've made like very little progress today in any realistic terms, but I feel like he's looking a bit more like a thing. Anyway, I should be just tomorrow over at Phil's if anyone for Phil's is watching. I'm not streaming on Phil days anymore. I used to stream like briefly for like an hour and a half some gaming, but right now that I've finished Tomb Raider 2, I'm not going to start anything tomorrow for just an hour and a half of stream. I don't know, maybe I should, especially if Phil says that he's gonna be late or something, it might make some sense, so I'm not going to rule it out completely. But for now I don't really feel like it's happening. But I should be back on Friday for a full stream, either a full art stream or a full gaming stream or half and half. We'll see how it goes. I wish I could. I wish I knew. Thank you for lurking, for being around, for whatever. Thank you if you're watching this in a distant future on YouTube, the VOD. Maybe you're watching this when Ergo is already done. I don't know why anyone would, but I'm not that insanely entitled and self-important. I don't think anyone's going to be so blown away that's gonna go through hours and hours of boring bots on how I make these characters. But you know, if someone for some reason is watching this and they already know what happened to Ergo, hi, thank you for watching the whole thing. Again, see you next time, whenever it is, for whatever it is. This is really it for today.